What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Chris, and today we're exploring the universe within us, baby. So before we get this started, scroll down, drop a like, subscribe, get me to 400 subscribers. You don't have to if you don't want to. I'm just trying to help people out, spread positivity, help people better their life. But anyways, today we'll be talking about spirituality, the pros and cons of having a spiritual awakening. I had my spiritual awakening about 5 months ago, and I will be talking to you guys about how my life changed and how to get a spiritual awakening if you still want to have a spiritual awakening after this vid, which you should. But everybody's different, right? Everybody's different. Everybody has their own choices in life. So, yeah. It's your decision, So, the first pro of having a spiritual awakening, I would say you feel more of how can I say that? A sense of unity, a sense of union amongst people. So you go around and you don't judge people anymore, right? You can't judge any people because that's a low vibrational feeling. You realize that because once you start spreading positivity and all that, and you see everybody around you is the same, and when you give negativity to someone else, it comes right back to you, which is also known as karma. You realize that we're all one. So whatever energy you give to the universe, whatever energy you give out, comes right back to you. Because we're all one. It's basically like you're throwing something back to yourself. That's how you have to look at it. Okay? And the con. If you don't want to start eating healthier, if you don't want to be watching really watching what you're putting inside your stomach, inside your body, because you become more aware of what you're feeding your soul. You become more aware of what you're feeding yourself. Are you feeding yourself chemicals, antibiotics, put into your food? I've been vegan for 2 months now. Like I said, I had a spiritual awakening 5 months ago. It took me a while to process this. I was aware of everything that was going on, but it took me a while to transition to that. I slowly wanted to transition to that, but I was like slowly cutting down on it. Every month I was cutting down on the meat I was eating. I was cutting down on the bad food, the GMO food, And then I started feeling a lot healthier. So it's a con, but really it's a pro if you wanna take the con, right? It's a con for you that hasn't been through the spiritual awakening, but once you go through the spiritual awakening, it's a pro. It is a pro. I can tell you that. You feel healthier, you feel more energy. You want to do more things, which is the next pro I'll talk about. Another pro, and the second pro on my list is your energy. Once you start eating healthier, because of the con that I just talked about, you start wanting to do more things. You start expanding your knowledge about spirituality. You start expanding your knowledge about everything that's going on. Spirituality is the development of fundamental human qualities, such as love, compassion, tolerance, patience, and a sense of responsibility at the same time, because you become more responsible for yourself and the others. You have more an altruistic standpoint on things, on everybody around you. So, the second pro, going back to the second pro, I go off topic a lot, but I just want to explain what spirituality was, because most people don't really know. Okay, it's completely different to religion. Spirituality is really on your inner qualities, right? Inner qualities, everybody has these inner qualities, but most people decide to hide them because they're influenced by their community, influenced by the outside world. But if you really focus, if you're all by yourself, right, and you focus on yourself, you have all these inner qualities, And when you focus on these inner qualities, you unlock something even greater. And then you become a better human being. You increase yourself. You increase yourself. You just become a more enlightening being. You become more compassionate for others around you, including yourself. And the second one on the list is you become more, let's say you go to the gym more. You start going to the gym more. Ever since I had my spiritual awakening, go watch my vid on my spiritual awakening. I said how it changed my life and everything. That vid, I explained exactly everything that happened. I was lazy. I was really lazy. I was completely different before. I was completely different. I wasn't this person before. I can tell you that. I was negative. Well, I was kind of positive at the same time, but there was a negative side of me. I had this positive and negative side, which everybody has, right? Everybody has a positive and negative side. I tend to find that the negative side is kind of like the egotistic side, mostly. Because you realize that everything turns around you, right? Everything runs around you. Everything has to do with me. Me, that's mine, right? Myself. I'm the best. I'm better than anybody else, you know? That's the egotistic side of things. But once you go through the spiritual awakening, you start giving up of that egotistic side. And you become more enlightened. You become more of a people person. You become more enlightened with the community. And you spread love and happiness. Because you realize that the world doesn't run around you. It is your life. Your life, it could be your world. But at the same time, you have to realize that other people have the same thing. Everybody that's put on this world is chosen. Everybody that's born is chosen. No matter what circumstance you're in. You could be in a wheelchair, you could be paralyzed, you could be anything. You could have a problem with your speech, you could not speak at all. You cannot see, you could be blind, you could be deaf. We are all chosen. When you focus on what you're really truly supposed to do, all these things that limit you, because you see people in wheelchair, they play basketball. They do whatever they like to do, no matter the circumstance. They show you that you can do whatever you want to do. So you could do whatever you want. They're showing you that no matter what problem you have, you can overcome it and become the best version of yourself if you believe in yourself. You have to believe in it. If you say, oh, there's no way I can do that because of these circumstances, because of these problems I have, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. That's not a way to go in life. You have to say, hey, you know what? I'm ready. Yes, I have all these circumstances that limit me a little bit, you know, but that doesn't mean anything. I'll make my own path, even if nobody has made it. I'll make my own path and go through it, no matter what people think, because it's my life. I'm living this life. The opinions of other people, it doesn't matter. It's your life. Do whatever you want to do. When your life ends, their life doesn't end. They keep on living. So live your life to the fullest. Live your life like you want it to be. Okay? So that was a pretty big second pro. But basically the second pro was all about becoming whatever you want to do. You become more in line with your universal qualities. What you were put here to do. Oh, another con. If you're really sensitive to others around you, right? Like if you're sensitive to energies already, spiritual awakening can amplify that. So let's say you're an empath, an emotional empath, so you grab onto other people's emotions, it will get even bigger, right? Those emotions is gonna have a higher impact on you because you're gonna be more spiritual inclined. Your human quality is going to be more elevated. So you're going to be able to understand these energies on a higher level. But then, see, that's the thing, right? Before the spiritual awakening, you didn't really have an idea. You didn't have a clue why your feelings were changing, right? But now you have a spiritual awakening. Now you have all these qualities that build up. And now you're receiving all these energies from everybody else. And then you start to understand that these are their energies. And you're grabbing onto them. That's why I had before. I didn't know what I was doing before. I didn't know that people around me could affect my energy. And same thing for anybody else that is normal, that doesn't have this. You can still feel their energy on the subconscious level without you even knowing. And it lives with you till you get rid of it through meditation, whatever. Alright? So, when these human qualities amplify through spirituality, spiritual awakening, you then realize that you can control it in a sense. You can kind of control it because you're aware of them. You're aware of them, and then you can use meditation. Meditation is one of the best tips I have for you guys. It's up here. I did a whole bit about it. But meditation is what really helped me. I didn't really use anything else besides meditation. That's what really truly helped me to control these energies from others and understand them. So whatever doesn't belong to me, I release. It's gone. Everything is energy. Your breathing is what controls your life. If you'd be breathing, you wouldn't be alive. So if you can't control your breathing, you can control your life. That's how it is. You can't control your life without breathing, but at the same time you'll have more of a struggle. But if you focus on your breathing, you'll know exactly what path you should put your life in. You'll know exactly what you're here for. That's what it is. I mean, all these cons have some type of pro at the same time, because these are not really, you can say cons, but at the same time it's really pros, because nothing about spirituality or spiritual awakening is negative, unless if you put it that way. Unless for you that has been through the spiritual awakening believes that it's negative, right? So I'll talk about me becoming vegan, me understanding where the emotions were coming from, how I was grabbing onto other people's emotions and all of that. So that's two that they're not negative. So a pro. Yeah. You become more connected with the other side. You become more connected to your inner self. When you master all these qualities, human qualities, everything I'm telling you guys right now is when you master these inner qualities, love, compassion, all of that I mentioned before. So once you grab onto all of that, you become more in line with your higher self, your intuition. Your intuition is going to be guiding you through your life. Right now, you might be ignoring your intuition. Your intuition can also be known as your gut feeling. That's what they want to call it, gut feeling. Because they don't really want to tell you that it's your intuition. You think a feeling comes from your gut and makes you feel some type of way? You really think it comes from your gut? Okay. It's another word, another expression for intuition, for those who haven't gone through a spiritual awakening, because those who haven't been through a spiritual awakening would have a harder time to process that information. They wouldn't really understand until they went through it. Right? So, once again, if you want to have a spiritual awakening, raise your vibration, meditate. Basically, in this vid right here, raise your vibration. You have everything I'm basically telling you to have a spiritual awakening. If you really want to have a spiritual awakening, you have to raise your vibration. That's the main one. Once you raise your vibration, you accept all these inner qualities, and once you raise your vibration, you automatically get these qualities, and you embrace these qualities and improve yourself. Because when you higher vibration, these qualities are the high vibrational qualities. They're not lower vibrational qualities like negativity, violence, and hatred. All of these, stealing, these are all lower energies. When you do all of these things, you stay on the lower ground. I'm not saying I'm better than anybody. I'm saying that we're all equal, but we all have to embrace that part of us and become better human beings in the long run. I'm not bashing anybody. Right? So when you do enlightening things like loving people, giving out to people, spreading positivity, helping people, like I'm doing right now, I'm spreading light. I'm spreading a message that the universe gave to me. The universe gave me this message, and I'm trying to give it to you guys. Your intuition is everything. Once you realize you have an intuition, you literally feel like you're living with your intuition all the time. That's how I feel. I don't know if anybody who has been through a spiritual awakening feels that same way, but when I had my spiritual awakening, I felt like more connected to my intuition. I was already connected to my intuition before, but I felt that really connected and really put a bond towards my subconscious and my conscious. So like I'm steady getting information from my subconscious all the time through my life. So let's say I go to bed. Even in my bed, I get information from my subconscious. And when you go to sleep, that's the point where you get the most information, because it's a straight message. It makes your subconscious makes you go through the feeling inside of your dream of the message. But at the same time, it's really hard to really understand these messages because it's from your subconscious. Your subconscious has a different way of sending messages, and you have to try to understand that. But to truly understand that, you have to go through a spiritual awakening. Raise your vibration. When you raise your vibration, you become on the same language of your subconscious, and you become connected. And that's how it is. If you're on a lower vibration than your subconscious, and your guardian angels and all of these people, how are you supposed to understand their language? It's just like our language. If you don't learn the language, if you don't build up to the language, if you don't go out with same people to speak the same language, they are on the same vibration, how are you supposed to understand the language? How are you supposed to communicate with that language? How are you supposed to understand people with that language? It's the same thing. Same exact thing. Same thing with basketball. Like, let's say with spirituality or a spiritual awakening, right? If you don't practice these human qualities, if you don't practice love, positivity, if you don't help others, if you don't love others around you, no matter what, if you're not grateful, I should put grateful at the highest standpoint. If you're not grateful for the little things in your life, how are you supposed to be grateful for the higher things? How is the universe going to give you all these higher things if you're not grateful for the lowest things, the smallest things in your life? That's not being grateful. If you're not grateful for the smallest things in your life, how are you supposed to be grateful in general for anything? When you're grateful for the smallest things, it's higher than just grateful when you get the bigger things in your life that has value to you. Your gratitude goes way high. When the universe sees that you're happy what you have, you're happy with the lowest things you have that they gave you, they will keep giving you some more. That's how it is. If you're not grateful, if you're always like, oh, I'm living the worst life, I'm living like this, I have all these insecurities, I have all these things bringing me down, slowing me down, that's negative. You'll be dwelling into this negativity forever until you decide to embrace yourself and change it. And then you become grateful, you become passionate. You have love. You become motivated to go to the gym. You become motivated to help others. You become motivated to improve yourself every second of your life. You become motivated to do everything you can to improve yourself. And exactly, so going back to what I said before, I talk, but let's go all the way back to what I first said. If you don't practice these human qualities, if you don't practice, like, let's say you want to play basketball, right? Let's say you want to play basketball on the team, right? If you don't practice your shot, if you don't practice your dribbling, if you don't practice your dunking, if you don't practice your layups, your floaters, if you don't practice your passing, your IQ, how are you supposed to play basketball? Same thing with spirituality. Same thing with anything going else in life. Same thing with everything else in life that you have to acquire and gain knowledge from. So spirituality is the same thing, but the only difference is that this one, it's inner qualities. You're literally born with these qualities. Your only goal is to amplify them and use those qualities. And once you use them, it's very easy. You can say, I love you to someone. You can say, give a hug. Give out to someone. Not necessarily give out money. Give out small things. People will be grateful for that. And when they become grateful for small things, guess what happens? The universe gives them bigger things. It's all a loop. Right? But if they're not grateful, they'll stay in the negativity. That's how life is. But anyways, hope this video has helped you guys. I don't really have any cons. The pros are all everything I just talked about. You become more enlightened, you become more self-involved, you become more unified with everybody around you. You start caring about everything. You start realizing that animals and us are the same. We all live to live. We all live to live. Only you can change your own life. Only you can understand these if you want to perceive them. I'm giving you guys the message from the universe, but you guys don't want to receive it. So only the ones that are awakening at the moment will receive this and understand. Right? So anyways, have a good one. Love, prosperity, abundance.
Put my mind to this shit. Goddamn. Cancel out my ex, I put a line through that bitch. I like all my S's with 2 lines.